Hey everyone, welcome to Dungeon Class. Today we're going to be talking about another Dungeons & Dragons Adventure Challenge, Dollar Store Edition. Stay tuned. And look at that hat on you. Oh, I'll tell them all about that.
Oh, this hat.
Yeah, you welcome to...
It's heavy, dude.
Well,
It feels ginormous.
it is ginormous. It's blocking my Dungeon Class sign. Welcome to Dungeon Class today, guys. Today we're doing another Adventure Challenge. This is the videos where we present each other with items that we get from wherever. Today, it's from the dollar store, which I'll tell you about my trip. But and that we present ourselves each other with items that we haven't seen before. I picked out 5. He's picked out 5. Neither of us have seen what the others picked out. And then the Dungeon Master, which Mark and I are both Dungeon Masters, has to take those items, and we have 2 minutes, right? 2 minutes, and our key grip Kerry Gonzo will have a timer set on that. We have 2 minutes to come up with an encounter, an adventure that we can use, pulling inspiration from the items. The point system is pretty easy. It's 20 points per item. If you can use all 5, that's great, but you must use at least 3.
Right.
I think you'll be able to use most of mine, but you must use at least 3 items to even be considered for the victory. You notice Mark's hat, that was because he lost the last adventure challenge. That actually happened in a tiebreaker. If there's a tie and we both get 3 points or 60 points or 100 points, then we ask our key grip to pick out something that neither of us has seen, present it to us. The first one to claim it and pull it into their little adventure they created will get the victory. So that's how we play this game. You've seen it before. I'm excited to give you my stuff. I don't know what you think. How was your trip to the dollar store?
Well, it was pretty good. So let's go to the clip, and I'll show you a clip of what that was like.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go in here. We're going to get some things for Gonzo to see if he can come up with a great adventure. I'm going to try to get the most wild, unusual things you couldn't possibly put into an adventure. And we're going to do it right now. All right, Gonzo. There's not many babies in D&D, so let's see what you do with a pacifier. All right, let's see what you do with a mailbox, Gonzo. Now, every good D&D adventure needs a toilet brush, right? All right, Gonzo, here we go. A little hint of Lance Stormprancer, but, you know, let's see what you do with this thing. All right, Gonzo, let's see what you do with poop.
So that was my experience. So
Okay.
What was yours like?
Well, mine was amazing. I'll just leave it at that. Wait till you see this clip.
Oh. Are we have too much shadow? Do we have too much shadow here?
Shadow?
Not my first rodeo.
Oh, it's not the key grip's first rodeo. Come on.
Good enough. All right.
Yeah.
So
I think the first thing is who goes first. So let's take this big giant D20.
all right.
And
you
I don't
read
care.
it?
You can roll it.
Are you
So
okay?
I'll
Is this
get
big enough to read?
11 through 20. You get 1 through 10.
Okay.
15.
15.
So I get to go
you
first.
get to go first.
All right. So I got my
Let
notepad.
me show you what I have here for you. I
Okay.
have in this handy little container.
And in creating an adventure, obviously the hardest part is where do you start? Like, what do you when you're trying to get inspiration from something, what do you start your adventure, your encounter with? Do you start with the monster and then build around that? Do you start with the treasure item or the quest item and build around that? So when I'm looking at the things that he presents to me, that's how I'm thinking about creating an adventure. So we'll see. All right, Mark, what kind of nice items did you get
All
for
right,
me
so
to be
let's-
able to...
let's
Hey,
do
what
it
if we
this
pick
way.
the same things?
I was wondering that. As I'm going through, I'm like,
Because we probably went to the same dollar store.
yeah, I was like, I hope we didn't make that. All right.
Well, whatever.
So I was thinking probably, let's see how you do with something like
Here, I'll take this
little thing here, you know, because
North Pole.
you know, mailbox.
Mailbox.
Yeah, that would be something there. So I thought, well, let's see how he does
Tree
with that.
farm, North Pole.
Yeah. And then, of course, we all know that there are a lot of babies in D&D, you know. So of course, a pacifier. So I thought
that's useful.
that would be really helpful coming up with something.
I could see that being the punishment for next one.
Right. You have to use that thing. All right, and then because I know you're probably gonna make a real big mess, you probably need something to clean it, like a toilet brush.
Now that's a useful item.
Okay, so that might be that's very D&D like that.
Okay.
Very very much so. And then I know how fond you are of unicorns and such, so I got you this nice little thing here. I figured that if you don't use it for your adventure, you can wear it around the house or out in public like you like to, you know, because you're so much into unicorns and stuff.
Oh, wow, and then
let's see how you do with some poop. How about that? I'm going there, Gonzo. I'm going there. I'm going. How you gonna do with some poop?
Okay.
With some poop in your campaign. All right, let's start the timer.
You talk to the audience.
All right,
I'll think about my.
Right, so 2 minutes. Okay. So yeah, as you were saying, when you're trying to come up with an idea for a campaign, you have to sometimes think about where you want to start. So often it can be. I know one of my favorite things is to start with a reward, a treasure of some kind that they may be trying to find. Maybe it's something that they heard about, that kind of thing. So or you could come up with the big bad evil guy. You know, someone that's out to get someone.
You see a big bad evil guy here?
No, I don't see it. Yeah. So let's maybe the poop could be a big bad evil poop. So you start there and you just kind of work backwards. That's one way. But there's many ways to start, and sometimes I start all different ways. I'll get an idea for a campaign, but I certainly don't get my ideas at the dollar store. So I mean, I don't really, something like this. I'm not sure where you could actually use it. And there are unicorns in D&D, so I don't know if this might be pushing the limits a little bit here, because we do have unicorns, although we don't usually fight them too much because they're all cute and all that stuff. So there's that, but I don't know that there's not, we don't really feature a lot of house cleaning per se, or any toilets per se. It's usually the D&D people go out in the woods. I said, that's a good question. That's not really part of the game, is where they go to the bathroom and stuff. But I would suspect that they probably need to clean up at some point. So they need one of these. That makes sense. Clean up the poop. Per se. Yeah.
This has a theme to it.
It does have a little.
This is
bit
hard
of
for me not to go there.
Right. Yeah, and so this, he's getting down to 30 seconds, so under 30 seconds. Oh
gosh, really?
And then he has to come up with this great idea for a pacifier, because I'm sure there's no pacifier baby. There's no baby actually in his game, I imagine. So, but he might come up with something there. It's got Pooh on it. Winnie the Pooh and Pooh. We do have a theme going here. Winnie the Pooh, and then the thing to clean up the Pooh. So, not really sure where the North Pole works in per se. But there's also not really much talk about mail system in D&D. And he's coming to the end. Oh, that's 2 minutes. Pencils down, class.
Well, I may use a pencil, but okay.
All right, let's see.
This was very difficult, harder than our first one. We used around the house items.
Yeah, okay.
This was hard. Okay, so here's what I came up with. Constatine the Unicorn, a well-known unicorn in the land. She's a force of good. She is a benefactor to many adventuring parties, and she generally tries to keep balance in the land, and when things get too evil in certain areas, she's there to either help adventuring parties or step in herself. Constatine has a problem that she comes to your adventuring party with. Okay. She has recently had a baby that she named Pooh.
Okay.
This is a Winnie the Pooh pacifier.
Mm-hmm.
And this baby of hers will one day take her place as a balance in the land. And this baby is, because everybody knows that, someone found out about this and decided to capture and hold the baby Pooh for basically ransom. So she's looking for an adventuring party that could help her go into this place and recover her baby. The place, of course, is in a cave. It's in the side of a mountain, a dark, dense, wet, mossy, gross cave. Looks kind of like this. The opening is just a simple opening in the side of the wall. There's probably a riddle involved where she's going to have to, you guys as an adventuring group are going to have to figure out to get into the cave. But So the entrance would be hard to find. I could see that being the first leg of the journey for your adventuring party.
Okay.
Is finding this cave. We can call it the Cave of Gloom, and Constatine will help you get to there. Now in the cave, there's a big problem, and it's not just the big bad evil guy who's captured this baby. That big bad evil guy is a wizard who uses a wand of lightning bolts, and it shoots in every direction. He can basically fend off a whole party by himself, and he's got this great relic of an item that can be used for other things too around the house if you need to. I mean, like brushing your teeth and that kind of thing.
Right.
But other than that, it's very powerful, and so even she's kind of fearful going in without a great adventuring party like you. But the other thing that he's done is he created a golem. And this golem is feared throughout the land. In fact, you smell the golem as you come towards the entrance of the cave.
Oh, my
And that's the feces golem.
Oh, no.
He calls it the stinker. And the stinker is large. It's got multiple attacks. It has a fright and a stinking cloud ability. This golem is powerful indeed. And so your adventuring party is quested with the ability to find the Cave of Gloom, help Constatine the Unicorn get to her baby safely, and defeat both a wizard and his golem of poo.
Wow. That was pretty impressive. Impressive.
But there was no way for me to get around centering it on poo. I mean, you introduced that into the items.
That's kind of what it was.
But I used all 5. I used this for the naming. This is Winnie the Pooh pacifier. So I used that to help me with the name. And this, I immediately thought of the entrance being some kind of cave or house or something. And then a poo was the theme. So that's a poo-themed adventure that you can use that may really get your group going. In fact, I'm going to write that down, and we might as well print that out and put it on DM's Guild. Yeah, because that's a winner or a stinker, depending on who you use it.
Man.
So I did good. I got 100 points.
Yeah.
I used all 5 items.
You did pretty good.
All right, I'll let you take these off the table carefully, and I'll prepare you for mine.
I'm going to use my pad.
Now, one good thing is I didn't listen to you at all when you were talking, so I don't know what you were talking about.
That's good.
And another good thing is we didn't replicate the items that we bought. So
okay.
That could be good or not.
That
for
could
you.
be. It might be. All right.
All right. So the items I found, something that everyone needs. First one will be this kitchen cuisine set of plastic vegetables.
Okay.
All right. So vegetables in general, they're just in the package there, but you can open them if you need, or that kind of thing. The next thing I thought would be interesting is all 5 in here? Oh yeah, okay. Is this disguise glasses that you can obviously wear? Let me see what they look like on me. Probably really good.
Oh, that's a good look for you.
Who?
Yeah,
you know I am.
What, Gonzo? Where'd you go? Oh my.
You can make your eyebrows go up.
Yeah.
So anyway, this disguise glasses are interesting.
Okay.
Then I came up with something I thought was beautiful for your Christmas list. Take a look at that scary decoration. This elf needs to be hung from your home or hearth proudly, that's for sure.
Okay.
In fact, I'm thinking that could be our... Sorry if I yelled in the mic, but I'm thinking that could be our punishment.
Yeah?
Is the loser has to display that nasty decoration. So.
Or wear it.
Yeah, or something. We'll figure it out.
Like Flava Flav there. Yeah.
And then I came up with... This is a cat toy.
Oh, okay.
Ball of...
Sure.
Cat toy there. It's got, may look like a mouse or may look like rope.
Okay.
And it has colored feathers on the back. And so one thing about a dollar store, well, I'll tell you in a minute. And then this is probably the magical item of all. I mean, look at this sponge. Very useful item. So, all right, Mark, start your timer. Key grip, you got that? Don't give him any extra time. So one of the things about a dollar store that I found interesting is I kept looking for prices. Because I've never really been in one. And I was initially where's all the pricing? And then, I was quickly reminded everything is $1 or whatever it was. Is that true, Key grip?
That's true.
Because I've been in stores where it says it's dollar store and there's things that are
50 cents.
50 cents? Okay.
Yeah, some things are.
But I've been in other stores where it's like $1 or $5 or $2. No, this everything was $1.
That's Dollar General versus Dollar Tree.
I wouldn't know that, so, and I'm thankful for that. Mark, I did hear you talking about creating adventures. I do enjoy creating adventures personally, and I hope you at home don't find that a challenge, because you really can't go wrong with coming up with an idea, and the key is just starting somewhere, picking one thing to be. Now, one of the classic ways that I used to create adventures is picking a monster out of the monster manual. That's really helped me. And as a dungeon master, if you find a fun monster that has cool abilities, you really want to use it. So you just decide how to get your players to that monster. So you have less than a minute, by the way.
Oh my land!
Just saying. I mean, no pressure here,
yeah.
but and make sure all 5 items are used,
Right,
not
got it.
4,
Okay,
or else
no
I
problem.
get an instant victory. So yeah, creating adventures. I like to start with monsters personally, but also a quest item could be it, and especially if you can tie it to someone's background. If someone has a background quest item, I'm after my grandpa's sword or something. That will dangle that in front of your adventuring party, and they will go wherever you want them to go, because that one player is personally invested in that adventure item. So that's a great way to keep your players engaged. And another way you could start is the big bad evil guy, especially if it's something that's reoccurring and they just don't like the person as it is. But anyway, Mark, 3, 2, 1. Time out, baby.
Okay.
So what did you come up with all of these great items?
All right, so this was tricky. All right, so this is Lenny the elf.
Lenny.
Lenny the elf was he's a disgruntled elf. He was not happy working. He made toys to give out to the kids and all those things. But at some point, he got really mad. At some point, that
He looks insane.
The town, yeah, he may not look it, but he was ostracized from this town at some point, and he's turned on the town.
Yeah.
And so he actually went as far as to disguise himself as the mayor.
Oh.
And in the festivities, he was able to actually use these. He poisoned all of the fruits and vegetables at the big celebration, the Christmas celebration.
Okay.
So you have been tasked by the city folk, because the city found out about it, and they said something's just not right with that mayor, and they figured out what was going on.
Yeah.
And they want you to go and get rid of this guy once and for all. And so you have to go up into his Christmas up to Christmas Mountain, which that's where his lair is, which that's where he goes to retire. He's kind of like the Grinch kind of guy, so he's just wanting to spoil everything for this town to get back.
Well, why
at
would they be scared of Lenny the elf, though?
Oh, because Lenny the elf, he's got some. Well, number one, he tries to poison everything, and number two, he's got some minions that they have to fight through to get to him. And one of them is this.
Don't worry
he
about
has
it.
this automaton. That's made of yarn.
Oh.
One of his toys that he actually made in his little workshop. You have to fight this thing to get past it. And he also has this sponge creature that also is in there. And it's what it does. One of the abilities is it soaks up all your joy. Actually you have to do a wisdom check, or you get really sad along the way. So you have to fight
depressed.
these 2 creatures on the way to get to Lenny the elf. So Lenny the elf, he's a bad guy. I mean, he poisoned.
So this is a quick adventure that you could basically drop in while they're resting for one night, and
Sure.
and they come into a new town. They take a place at the inn, and boom, they're
all of a sudden they're
adventure is
embroiled in
perfect.
some kind of a it's some kind of a
I
thing.
like it.
And he looks good in a disguise kit there.
Yeah, I mean that disguise. It's just like Clark Kent. You put on glasses,
He
and
didn't even know who he was.
who knows? So
Yeah.
That may be the next punishment.
putting on what?
Wearing that.
Well, we're gonna have to decide, because we tied.
That's a good one.
You used all 5 items. I used all 5. Maybe it's a little too easy for seasoned veterans like us
It might be.
to have 2 minutes of time. But
Yeah, if only we had a tiebreaker or anything.
Well,
we could.
our Key Grip has a tiebreaker, so let's
boy.
go. Key Grip, what do you got? And it's whoever claims it first and builds it into that story. I got to remember my story.
Built it in
Oh,
the story.
Constatine. I got it.
Okay.
Feces. I hope it's poop
So
related.
in the spirit of Halloween.
Oh,
Oh.
what am I looking at?
Oh, got it. All right. So this is the platter that was set out. Now, it should have been a tip to the people if something was wrong with
All
the
the
fruits
deadly
and
skulls.
vegetables that are poisoned. I mean, they should have known.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be kind of a giveaway. But
Yeah.
I failed to mention the people in this town are not the brightest people.
Yeah,
So anyway, so they put this on. He's like, it's a wonderful celebration. That's and it's poisoned
They're
all
just
along.
hungry people, so they saw food, they ate.
Yeah, they ate it. And celebration, they're like, oh, that's got to
And
be
they
an
trusted
interesting
their
little
mayor.
plate. And come to find
You
out.
won fair and square because I can't fit that into my poop story somehow. And any way I could would not be good for the story.
Yes! All right.
So you won. So I don't know what our punishment would be, but or
Let's
my
see.
punishment.
Do you think? How about this? You get to wear this like Flavor Flav
Oh, around the
around
neck.
the neck. Yeah. I
And
think
in the
that's-
next adventure video, we do.
Yeah, I think that's a good punishment. You got to wear that around your neck.
Well, I mean to me that's not a punishment, but I mean
It could be a fashion thing. You might start something.
This may bring in the ladies, if you know what I mean, but we'll see. We'll see. But
No, I'm afraid not. All right. Well,
Mark, that was a lot of fun. That
It
was our
was.
dollar
It
store,
was harder.
a dollar store adventure challenge. It
harder.
was difficult, and then we have plenty more that we're going to be doing. Don't forget to subscribe. Most of you have already subscribed,
yeah. you're
so you won't
welcome.
forget that. But hit that bell for notifications so that you know when our videos drop, because they're going to be all the time.
Little known fact. YouTube only shows like 20% of you when our videos come up. And some of you might be asking, like, why subscribe? How come I didn't know that the video? And you're looking through, hey, they had a new video. How am I going to?
We can't figure out the algorithm. We're not
so
that smart.
the trick is click notification bell. The
All right.
notification bell is the trick. That will help get past that stupid YouTube algorithm. But anyway, also, please down in the comments, tell us where should we go next, or where should we get our next items for the challenge. We'd really like to know, because this is fun stuff. We want to keep doing it. We want to do more, and we want to be challenged. So
Yeah.
give us some ideas. And with that,
Class dismissed.